Hey guys, and welcome to a new loot video. This is loot from 1000 lava strykewyrms. Now these guys came out like a month ago if I'm correct on this, and I was originally going to do it maybe like a week after their release, but I never really got into it, and I wanted to do all of these kills on Slayer task because you have twice the chance of getting the rare drops, and I feel like it would be a more interesting loot video, and I have a better chance of making money if I do it that way. So it did take a lot longer to get the 1000 done, because most of the tasks were around 100, 110 each, and I was running out of Slayer points at the end. I had like 800 kills, and only 200 left, and I was out of Slayer points. So I had to actually do some Slayer to get some points again, and then I ended up finishing it today. So if you're unfamiliar with these creatures, these are the strykewyrms that are in the wilderness. So there is, some risk when fighting these guys. Obviously, you can get PK'd. The banking is slightly longer than other creatures, but it's still really quick. And honestly, in the beginning, like the first 500 kills, the PKing was very annoying. I would get attacked every 20 kills, 20, 30 kills, and I'd have to run. Mind you, I only died twice in this entire loot video. One of them, I just let myself die because I'm like, screw it, I don't really care. I had nothing on me. That was my second trip ever. I really brought nothing. But the second death, I did lose maybe 200, 300k worth of gear and a few 100k more in supplies. And it was super early in my trip, so I didn't lose any loot. I maybe lost maybe an ash or something. That's probably all I lost because I banked the other drops that I got. Like if I got a rune battle axe or a rune plate body, I would bank it, so it really wouldn't matter. So yeah, only 2 deaths in this like 1000, but I got like attacked maybe 30 times in the 1000, so do expect to get attacked a lot. But the thing is, towards the end, I only got attacked maybe 1 every 100 kills. Like it was very, very quiet there. Not many people were there. The only people that were there were on Slayer tasks, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Now these guys were not super entertaining, I would say. I mean, their mechanics are just like Calgarians. They pull you in, do their special, and they're really annoying. I mean, it's basically Calgarians just on steroids, I guess, because you're in the wilderness. But their drops are just ridiculous. They're really good money because the ashes that they drop are the best prayer in the game. And when you use them on the Gilded Altar, you get 700 experience, which is 70 more than Frost Dragon. So if you want the really fast prayer training, then use these. Obviously, they're much more expensive than the other ones, but if you really want that fast experience, there you go. But yeah, for the actual strategies, I brought a Nox Staff for most of my kills, a Slayer Helm obviously, and then 2 pieces of the Superior Seasinger set. And that way I have really good defense, I have the best, weapon I can use, and I'm on Slayer tasks. So the kills were not that bad. It was about 86 per hour, which if you calculate that out, I would say 12 hours for this entire loot video. And when you're killing them, they do pull you in to do the same thing as the other strykewyrms, but you can counter it with doing Anticipate or Freedom. And I did that on most of my kills. Sometimes I was just super lazy. And you can also like cancel that thing if you trap them around an object. Like if they're next to an object in their radius, or if you're next to an object, it usually stops them from digging. They will sometimes dig even if that's the case, but they won't drag you in, which, saves you time, and it's a lot easier that way. And also, when you are fighting these guys, just know that when they initially pop up, they have a big damage reduction. So you will not hit like at all for like the first, I believe, 8 or 9 seconds is what I've counted. So what you do is you just keep on attacking until you notice that your hits are pretty much normal now and they're not, reduced. It's usually right before the first dig, if there is a dig. And that's when you use your threshold. Save your thresholds until the damage reduction is over. And that way the kills will go much faster. And that's also the time you should meta or Sunshine. Sunshine really doesn't matter because it's 30 seconds. But meta, you should do meta like pretty much right when that time is about to happen. So yeah, that's how you kill it. And as for the rare drops, they do have 3 really rare drops. And I don't know the drop rates, but they are just extremely rare. And one of them is the Worm Spike. The other one is the Worm Heart. And finally, there is a Worm Scalp as well. And they basically make the level 85 weapons, which are very good in PK situations. Now, as for my luck, I ended up getting one of the drops, and that turned out to be the Worm Spike. So initially, I thought that was the range version. I knew it wasn't the mage, because the mage is the heart. And I thought it was the range, which would be like mid-tier cost, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But it turned out to be the melee one, which is actually the least useful and the least expensive as well. But I still sold it for a nice 33.2 million. That is obviously a great amount of money just for getting a nice drop. And I was still hoping I would get a heart because the heart at the time was like 120 mil. So obviously if I got that, that would have been basically 4 spikes. But, you know, I really didn't care if I got nothing after that because, you know, getting a 33 mil drop is still epic. But like I said, if you're on Slayer Task, you do get twice the chance of getting these items, so I would only do these on Slayer Task. It's not worth camping them, unless you're on Task, obviously. So yeah, that's basically it for the lavas. Let's go into the price check and see how much I have made from these guys. Alrighty, so we went over the lava Strykewyrms, and now here are the drops. So first off, you can see that I'm at 1,276 ashes. That does mean I got a lot from the extra drops, and remember, I did miss some ashes because I did die on that one kill, or that one trip or whatever earlier. So you do get like a 5 noted drop every now and then, so that does increase your ashes, and that's why I have more than 1,000. And that's very good because they're like 16, 17k each. They are the most expensive prayer item, obviously, so it is nice to get that many. And they also drop the Fury Sharks, which are the best food in the game if you use them correctly. And they can be very good at certain situations because they heal a lot when you are not in combat, like in a combat situation. And you can do that in between boss kills or in between phases on a certain boss. So they are pretty nice to have, and I have a full inventory of them, basically. They also drop wild arrows, which are very useless. They're not useless, but they're just very cheap. And you use them with the strike bow, which is a weapon that you get from lava Strykewyrms. And they're pretty decent, I guess, but it's just they don't have that much of value because you get 6k, and they release these things like halfway through my video, so I only got like half of what you should get from 1,000. They also drop the Onyx Bolts, like 25 of them rarely, and I got a few of those. And going down the list, they drop a lot of ores. I didn't use Spring Cleaner. I wanted to see the actual rune drops, which they drop a lot of rune battle axes, and obviously just other notables. And I also did get a 10 palm tree seed drop, which turned out, you know, that's a beam that's like 1.8 mil, which obviously is really good. I'm not going to complain. But when I first saw it, I thought, oh my god, did I get a worm heart? Did I get a spike? Did I get a scalp? I was just freaking out for a few seconds, and I right-clicked it, and it turns out to be this. So obviously I was a little disappointed, but it's always good to get, you know, a 2 mil drop almost on rare drop table. And then they drop like 2 million in just coin drops over time. And I also have the 33 mil that I got from the actual spike. Now for the charms, they're very good charms. They are very good charms. Hourly, they're pretty much the same as Glaciers. But between Glaciers and Lava Strykewyrms, they can be like pretty much the same amount of money because they're both based on luck. But if you get lucky at Lava Strykewyrms, you're going to get way richer because of the chance of getting a 100 mil drop. Now, 1,300 crims and 1,100 blues in one video is very good, honestly, in my opinion. So, honestly, on Slayer, I will continue this task just because there's such good common drops. You have the really rare chance of getting an epic drop like that, and their experience is not that bad. It really is not that bad. It's like 140k an hour or something, Slayer experience. So yeah, I'm not going to price check this because the ashes are not the accurate price. So I'm just going to sell everything, show you guys what I made. I'll be right back. Alright, we are done, and I'm at 69.4 million GP, and that means I added 36 million on top of the worm spike. So that means the regular drops are better than the rare drop in terms of 1,000 kills if you get one. Obviously, it was the worst rare drop that I could have gotten, but honestly, look at this. 69 mil in 1,000 kills. That's like a 69k average, which is very good because you can kill like 86 per hour. And if this took 12 hours, that means I made almost 6 mil per hour. That is amazing, guys. Now, if you didn't get the rare drop and you go like 1,000 dry, you can expect like pretty close to 3 mil an hour in regular drops, guys. It's very, very good. Although, obviously, I'm maxed. Obviously, I'm using the max gear. And obviously, I am on Slayer Task. So, if you're not on Slayer Task, if you're using like tier 80s, you can probably expect maybe 1.5 to 2 mil an hour without any rare drops. Now, if you get a worm heart, that can really spike up your money per hour and make you unprecedented amounts of money. Because if I got a worm heart like on top of this would have went up to almost 200 mil from one video. That would have been absolutely amazing. But, you know, you can't expect that much. I'm super lucky at like Sarah and Rise of the Six, so I really can't complain. This is a very awesome video, guys, and I made absolute bank, as you guys can see. So if you do get this task, I definitely recommend trying it out, and I might make a guide on them later on, because they are kind of tricky sometimes if you're learning them. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this video was informative, entertaining, and, you know, just fun to watch. So good luck out there on those worm drops. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.